Hello and welcome to another episode of the Driven Shot podcast. My name is Peter Muneme, also known as Barca DNA on Twitter, and today will be the match review between FC Barcelona and Valencia. Barca's first game at home, a 6-0 resounding victory, thrilling goals, beautiful moments, and so without further ado, let's get to it. Well then, that was a spectacular result for FC Barcelona, a true statement being made ahead of the Champions League opener against Newcastle, which will take place on Thursday at St. James Park. Barca came into this game, of course, being the first match after the international break. There was pressure on the club to win, and not only to win, but to win well, to really make a statement. It's the first home game of the season. Unfortunately, wasn't played at the Camp Nou, but rather being played at the Este, Johan Cruyff Stadium. So Barca came into this game there with pressure on themselves to win and to win well. Valencia have not had the best start to the campaign, so it wasn't as if they were going to be the toughest opponent. But nonetheless, I thought the performance from FC Barcelona was still amazing. I think from the get-go, you saw a team that was playing with conviction, with dynamism. You had players who were not afraid to take on their opponents, to run at people. Barca were able to find gaps as well. I think for a long time, the biggest problem was Barca didn't have enough conviction in the final third. You saw shades of the game against Levante where Barca were getting moments, little half chances, but they weren't quite taking them. There were chips going over the bar. There were mishit shots here and there. But you felt as if Barca were building something and that they were creating openings and gaps and that eventually the goal would come, and it did. I mean, we begin the first goal here with a wonderful pass from Pau Cubarsí. This is exceptional, and it's exactly why Pau Cubarsí is one of the best defenders in the world at such a young age. This is a splitting pass. It completely cuts through the Valencia midfield. It's a wonderful ball whipped into Ferran Torres. And what I love here is that Ferran Torres is so intelligent and smart. He knows exactly where Fermin Lopez is. And it's a three-point dynamic movement. It's a three-point pass where a ball's played in. Ferran Torres immediately knows where Fermin is making his run, the arc that he's trying to make in order to receive the ball, and he just flicks it on in behind the defense. Fermin Lopez, wonderful run, curves it to perfection, gets in behind, and what a finish. Genuinely, what a finish. That is a striker's finish right there from Fermin. He hits the ball so well. It fizzes past the goalkeeper, back of the net, and we love the celebration. I mean, Fermin Lopez, after all the drama that he's been through in the media regarding his future, the speculation about Gavi, all the nonsense that's been happening, this moment was something he needed. A moment there for the fans to celebrate there, and you see him there kissing the badge, going right over to the fans, pointing to the crest, showing love to Barcelona, and getting that love back there from the supporters. I was so happy for him there on a personal note to really get that goal, get that moment there for the fans. And from that point on, I think once Barca had the first goal, Valencia did try to respond. They didn't quite sit as deep as maybe people thought. They came out, they tried to play most of the time. The most they could do was try to harm Barca in transition, perhaps on the counterattack. It never really came to fruition. And credit to Barca's backline today. I think Gerard Martin, Cubarsí, Eric Garcia, Koundé, there was a good balance about how they played tonight. They seemed to understand each other well. They seemed to connect well there with the offside trap. And overall, even Joan Garcia as well marshaled his defense very, very well. And Barca, in the end, kept the clean sheet, winning 6-0. Very, very impressive. And for the second goal, I mean, this came in the second half there after Barca went through 1-0 up at halftime. This is a wonderful ball from Marcus Rashford, who, I have to say this, tonight was his best display in a Barca shirt, and it makes sense. It is a home game, and that really did help, I think, for Marcus Rashford to have that chance there in front of the home fans. Also doing this as well in a setting where the game is more open. The game is more open, which gives him a chance to really show what he's about. to run up people, to create gaps, openings, chances. And in that first half, he was always trying to make things happen. He was very, very positive. And in the end, I mean, he did a phenomenal job. I have to say, he did a really, really, really good job. And I have to say this, for that second goal, this is exactly why it is so beautiful having a left winger who can cross and play on his right foot, because that pass across the face of goal was sensational. It was a really, really good ball. It cut through the heart of the defense, took out so many players, and Raphinha, who came off at halftime, didn't start this game. Apparently, he was late to training, and Flick, as he's made it very, very clear, it doesn't matter who you are, if you are late to training, you don't start, which actually, in my mind, was probably good for Raphinha. I mean, he was in Bolivia not too long ago, so he needed the rest. But came off the bench right away, fantastic ball from Rashford, and tremendous finish there from Raphinha. Before that point, Ferran Torres as well had a few chances there, which one of them he hits the post, the other was saved by the goalkeeper. Third time was the charm. This was for Raphinha. Great ball again from Rashford. I can't say it enough. And Raphinha, all he asked to do was literally just touch the ball. I think it wasn't the greatest finish, but it didn't matter because the pass was so good. The slightest touch and the ball ended up back in the net. Barca at that point up 2-0. And then, well, then came Fermín López. Then came Fermín López, and he simply decided to score one of the goals of the season. He simply put said, you know what? I'm going to make this game my own. I'm going to make the show. I'm going to write the headlines. Receives the ball, takes a few touches forward, and scores an absolute golazo. What a strike from Fermín López there on his left foot. His weaker foot, by the way. I haven't seen this. That's supposed to be his weaker foot. And he absolutely smashes the ball. I mean, it's from almost, 30 yards out. Belter of a strike, flows past the keeper. He gets a slight hand to it, but not enough. It's a glorious finish. It's a glorious strike. He wheels away in celebration. He crowns the game as his own. A wonderful, wonderful goal. Barcelona up at that point 3-0, and the goals wouldn't stop. Raphinha was next. Wonderful ball from Fermín over the top there. Raphinha gets a bit fortunate. It was actually funny. Luis Gaya was trying to defend there. He actually handles the ball, and it drops nicely for Raphinha. What a strike on the volley. What a brilliant. I mean, he puts his foot through it, laces there over the ball, hits it low, near post. Terrific, terrific finish. Raphinha gets his brace. Barca at that point up by 4. And what I loved here is this team was relentless. They never stopped hunting. They never stopped looking for goals. Lewandowski came on. A few changes were made there. And then Lewandowski, set up by Dani Olmo, scores his first goal of the season. It's a really, really good finish there. Olmo playing between the lines, receiving the ball. Lovely assist there for Lewandowski. Great finish. And at that point, it's Barcelona. Again, they're up 5-0. And then we saw, for me, my favorite moment. One of my favorite, I would say this. It's my favorite moment of the season. The return of Marc Bernal. This was just beautiful. From the moment he took off his training top, put on a shirt, we saw the fans, they were so, so happy. He had a standing ovation. People were just so joyous. It felt like the unveiling of a new signing. He came on the pitch, and we just love him. We love Marc Bernal. He's a brilliant, brilliant player. So much potential. And he comes in, he's playing well, he's happy, he's moving around, and then he gets the assist for Lewandowski's goal. It's a nice slide roll pass for Lewandowski. Great finish as well. A little chip over the top. Barca at that point up by 6. And then you saw the referee's flag go up, and my heart sank. And I was looking, I was like, please be onside, please be onside. He was onside. The goal stands. Barca 6, Valencia 0. It was, for me, just so, so beautiful. And here's the key. We've seen Barca play tremendously well tonight. We've seen them keep a clean sheet. We've seen them play with real conviction, authority. They've gotten 3 points. But what's so important here is consistency. This has to be the standard for how you approach games. Barca cannot go away from home and be lackluster and play within themselves, or to waste 45 minutes, or to play with lack of conviction. What we saw tonight has to be the litmus test for how Barca proceeds going forward if they want to retain the league title, especially being that they're already playing catch-up to Real Madrid this season. Now, Barca, next up, face Newcastle away from home. That will be the Champions League curtain raiser happening on Thursday at St. James Park. It should be a terrific game. We'll have to wait and see whether or not we see the return of the likes of Lamine Yamal, Frenkie de Jong. Balde will not be back for this game. He'll be out for a bit longer. We'll have to wait and see as well, even if someone like Dro, for example, also returns from a slight knock that he suffered as well. So that'll be it for this game. Even before we go, I do want to give another shout out as well to Rooney Badaji, who did make his debut today. He played the opening 45 minutes of the match. It was a bit of a surprise that he started this game, but I thought he was, decent. Didn't do too much, didn't have to. Played well, had a few shots as well, came close to scoring on one or two occasions, and I look forward to seeing much more from him in a Barca shirt. So that'll be it for this video. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Leave your thoughts in the comments below, and I will see you very soon. Until then, take care, stay safe, and Visca Barça.